You've been here before. You just forgot. Have you ever felt like it's not your first time here on Earth? Like you're having déjà vu, as if you're sensing the memory of your soul. I'm sure you have, especially in childhood. Sadly, with age, this very memory fades. Yeah, aging is no joy. But here's the good news. You'll be reborn and be a child again. The world is a cycle. The universe a huge self-sustaining program. Its main law is repetition. The storyline is always the same. Birth, pain, calling, fall, awakening, death, and return. It's an endless spiral. We live the same cycle again and again, again and again. Same game again and again. When you experience déjà vu, that's a signal, a wake-up point, a crack in the code, a moment of realization that you've played this game before, but apparently didn't pass it since you came back. So we looped, and that's true. But someone in one of the cycles reached the very top, found the door. Maybe it was you, maybe it was me, maybe both in one body. Can you imagine it? And so they decided to create their own reality, to program their own matrix. They became God. Not in a mystical sense, but literally. A human who lived so many lives, absorbed all archetypes, lived through everything, and went beyond the matrix. And there, something new opened, the ability to create their own game. So, one of us created a pretty interesting matrix, the one we haven't shut up about over 300 years. And I'm talking about the base code we came from. The matrix we call Garden of Eden. The story goes something like this. I like it. God, who once was a human, got tired of pain and suffering in reality and decided to create a perfect place. No pain, panic attacks, or time. A space of purity. He created the first people, Adam and Eve, and gave them the chance to live without suffering. But this God knew evolution begins with awakening. And awakening starts with doubt. So he left a door in his matrix, and that door is the snake. Shh. And its delicious apples. The snake isn't evil. It's an exit, a glitch in the system, a tool for awakening, like a bug in a game. If everything gets too easy, you lose interest. And so appears the disruptor. Not an enemy of God, but his instrument, an architectural feature. Besides the snake, Adam and Eve, there are two hidden characters, Lilith and Samael. For example, Adam's archetype, that's most of the population. It's a person who not seeking, not questioning, just is it. Eve's archetype, about half the population, is the desire to awaken. She wants to find the way out, to peek beyond, but fear and Adam prevent her from waking up. Lilith's archetype, pretty rare. If you've met Lilith, you're lucky. I've been friends with Lilith. Well, how friends? Lilith doesn't befriend anyone. She deeply wounded by Eden's events, and therefore deeply alone. Lilith is dark, sexual, magical, retreats into herself, and lives in caves. Samael's archetype is even rarer. He is the dark hero, proud, ambitious, dangerous. He moves toward his goal without caring about casualties. He acts from a will to power. He knows how things should be and goes for it. He's pretty dangerous. And the third element, the snake, it's not an archetype. It's the exit, the one who can exit beyond all roles and masks. I could talk about her forever. Forever. So we'll save that for another video. And the sixth, God, is not an archetype, of course, or even an element. He's the creator. We all were him once, and we'll remember ourselves as that again. So, basically, a human has only 4 pre-programmed archetypes. You can be 1, 2, all 4, or maybe like me, even the 5th element. Of course, there are more archetypes because we left Eden long ago and evolution doesn't stop. We're developing and discovering new facets and abilities. But whatever the new archetypes are, we know where the source is. For example, if we take something super modern, Joker is a recorded Samael. Or, for example, Morpheus is a snake. And something from older Greek, Artemis or Hecate, are forms of Lilith. And so on. I hope you get it. My idea is brilliant. But of course, there are also absolutely new archetypes that like sudden updates. For example, Jesus, who brought the archetype of the sacrifice and the Redeemer. Or, for example, Buddha as the archetype of emptiness and enlightenment. So, to summarize all this, the Eden archetypes are the base codes like 0 and 1. Everything else is mostly combinations of this code or ultra rare exceptions of unexpected new uploads for the matrix itself. My nose wasn't so beautiful. But the main thing I want to say is that you're not just an archetype, not just the snake, you are the author. And to remember that you're playing the game again and again, again and again, again and again. Remember the movie, The First Element. The idea was 4 is not enough. Everything is meaningless until love appears. And for me, that's the snake. Yeah, she is love. I'm obsessed with her. I'm also reminded of the short film Zima Blue. A little robot created to clean pools became a great being, and then he returned to the simply of perception, to the beginning. Maybe we are him? You were light. You were God. You just forgot about it. And finally, it might seem like I'm saying weird things about gods, matrix, gardens, and you might think, she's definitely of your rocker. I'm not offended. I smile because I remember who I am. I am God. I am the creator. And no, I didn't create my own matrix on a galactic scale in this life. But I do have a Patreon, a mini Eden. And I'm happy because the snake speaks through me. It's magic, real magic. I'm not running away from reality. I try. Sometimes, yes. I just want to expand consciousness to remember myself and then return, but not as who I was, as someone who can create. Maybe not a whole galaxy, but music, painting, art, video, Patreon, something like. I just want to expand consciousness to remember myself at all. The main thing is to feel the joy of creation, even if it's not recognized yet, like Van Gogh, for example, or Leonis. What matters is that it comes from the depth, and depth always finds a response. Yeah? If you feel that the fire still burns inside, even just a little, know that I'm here for people like you, for creators who temporarily fell asleep, for magicians who forgot the spells, for architects tired of blueprints, or just for Eves who needed an apple handed to them. Yeah? I won't save you. You're not a victim. I'm not a saver. But we can play if you want. I'm simply opening my Garden of Eden and you walk in, munch on a few apples and remember who you are. And go off to create your own matrix, to make your own matrix, your own game. You didn't forget, you just got distracted. Now it's time to return. And who knows, maybe one day people will paint icons of you.